Welcome to the Sisterhood Podcast, where faith meets real talk and sisterhood means doing life together. Hosted by Ashley and Megan, this is your space to be seen, heard, and reminded that you don't have to do life or faith alone. We're just two friends chasing Jesus and inviting you into the journey.
Because the road gets sweeter when we walk it together. Whether you're navigating your purpose, building community, or just need a soul refresh, we got you.
So grab your coffee
And pull up a seat at the table.
This is the Sisterhood Podcast. Let's grow in faith together. Welcome back to the Sisterhood Podcast. We're so excited that you joined us for another episode. Today we have a really
Fun, light,
maybe spicy, I don't know,
salty for sure.
could be
Yeah.
Topic we're going to go through. These have been just some trends that we've noticed in our world today, and we want to break them down for you.
Yes.
We're going to start off with some lighthearted.
Unpopular opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go first.
Yeah. I will start with pumpkin spice lattes are disgusting.
No,
They are.
they're not disgusting.
The only pumpkin thing I like is a pumpkin roll with cream cheese inside
Which
of
she's
it.
bringing to the next
Yes, I am.
event. So that will be present there.
Yes, I actually got one for church tonight.
It's so sad. Pumpkin spice for me is wonderful. On the coffee note, I am not an iced coffee girl. Now, I have had several lately because she's a big influence in my life in the best ways, but I am a hot coffee millennial person. So hot coffee, if you're waking up in the morning, you do not do iced coffee. And I will say I don't do it in the mornings. I cannot do an iced coffee in the mornings. If I'm doing iced coffee, it's like the 10 o'clock or the noon or the 2 o'clock, revitalize yourself. Iced coffee.
Well, I think I will be stopping by Pizza Stop here this afternoon to grab their half off for
Yes, we had that last
the
time.
afternoon pick me up because
yeah.
I'm
Pick 'em up.
Yeah, pick 'em up, pick me up, somebody.
I feel like that Dicksville Pizza Stuff, it's pick 'em ups.
Yeah,
It's
pick 'em up. So pumpkin spice, it's not I am not, which at Starbucks, the last couple seasons, I was getting the apple crisp macchiato, and they didn't bring it back.
No, which I'm thankful. Apple does not belong in coffee.
No, it was so good, though.
Mm.
I don't normally like fruit in my coffee, but that one was good. And
But
they did bring one back, or a new one.
New one, and it's so good.
Yeah, the pecan crunch. Don't get the oat milk.
No,
That's
whole
disgusting.
milk. You can do it hot. I did it hot. It's so good.
I bet the hot would be good.
So good.
But it's still not like I want hot coffee when it's hot. Caleb drinks hot coffee, and my mom and you all drink hot coffee. Like,
we're
it doesn't
normal.
matter. Well, like I had it the other night at the marriage thing, and I was like, oh, this is burning my hand.
That's different though.
This
That's
is why
that's cured. That's not. We can't. Those are. We don't
it's
do
not the
the drugs.
same, but
All right, jeans. Skinny jeans. Are they coming back? Do you love them? Yes or no?
I don't want them back.
I want them back.
No, I am okay with my legs breathing. It just,
Were they suffocating in the skinny jeans?
I don't know.
I mean, your ankles
do
do feel like little hostages.
It was a little restricting, and I haven't been mad with, I mean, I still want them high-waisted
Yeah, I
to
do
like
too.
suck everything in.
All the
but
things.
I'm not mad that my legs are back.
Well, I do like the boyfriend cut. I love the wide legs. The wide legs.
Yes,
the wide
those
leg
look
jeans.
good.
I like those. But like you have to have skinny for your booties. But then we also talked about booties or sneakers. Sneakers have made such a huge comeback, and people are wearing those more than anything now. So,
but see, even with like these, like they're not skinny, but they're cuffed, and I've seen a lot of people doing like the cuffed
with the booty.
the cuffed with the booty.
Might be a thing.
Yeah,
I might get
so
on board, but I still want the skinny back.
I'm trying to think if I even have any booty boots.
If you have any booty, Caleb, does she have any booty?
He would say yes.
Yes, he would. Yes, I can
I
confirm.
know we were at a wedding little thing on Friday.
Call it like a
It wasn't a conference. It was
couples night.
Yeah,
it was like a couples night at church. So it was beneficial for your walk and your married walk, but then also just like a little couple thing.
Yeah, and the question they asked was like, what first attracted you to your spouse? And repeatedly and very loudly. And my dad was also in this room. I didn't care about like
and I
you
think
and
we said he
Seth.
got it from your dad, or you got it from your dad. And then that got real awkward because then your mom was smiling.
Yeah. And so it just,
But good for them. Keep
Yeah.
it alive.
All
Good.
the things.
Yes.
Probably TMI for all of you
Yeah.
to know. But
Okay.
anyways.
Music. Early 2000s, current trend. Early 2000s.
Well, I don't really listen to. I mean, Forrest Frank's all I listen to right now.
Well, and Forrest Frank is great. And that whole thing, have you watched how that whole thing?
Yes,
It's the most.
so beautifully. If
Yeah.
you haven't, I mean,
I don't even know like how to say that. Where do you start? Because it's got so much now.
Yeah, so he broke his back. If you follow him or see him on Instagram, and
Wrote a song,
wrote a song out of it,
took off,
went
became
super viral.
Other people started to like tag on themselves onto it to kind of gain momentum like he was getting, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, everybody does that in general. TikTok,
Mhm.
you know, it's just such a huge thing of grab this to further this. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's your original content. So that was happening.
Yeah, and he just basically got on there because people were tagging him in these funny videos of people like remaking the scenario that what he went through. And it really upset him because he was like, that was one of the most traumatic moments of my life
Yeah.
and my family's life. And this, you're choosing to
Yeah.
take the,
I don't know, make money off of it sounds weird, but that's basically what it was. Like, take advantage of it.
yeah, take advantage of what this moment was.
Right. Because he never intended it for it to be a thing. He just he needed that song to get through what he was navigating.
Yeah.
So, but you watch all these people do it, and then these Christian artists that are very well known that don't need, and I think that's the bigger deal. They don't need a following. They have it. So it almost felt mocking versus anything else. And so there was a lot of opinions being thrown around about how people felt about certain artists because of that. And then watching these two guys come together.
When you sent me the follow-up video,
I was crying.
I was sobbing.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, it's public, so I mean, it was with him and Corey Asbury. And I've always watched some of Corey's videos. He pops up on my like,
and there's always like
there's always some kind of humor, kind of just
sarcastic.
Like he's pushing the boundary of the Christian.
He always does feel like he's edge riding. Like he does.
And he just explained like in his side of it, he was just like, I grew up in a yelling, just difficult home life. And he was like, so comedy and this. And
That's
he's
how
like,
he makes it.
Yeah. And so it was a beautiful representation of how when you have a disagreement or a different understanding with another believer, the proper way to handle it and how beautiful it can be and how God can work in it if you're both on the same page, willing to learn and grow.
Yeah, because they could have created kingdoms individually in response to this. That could have really happened quickly because we automatically want to pick sides. I mean, we were, even in the beginning, we're like, well, I've always kind of wondered, about this. But I loved what Forrest said, that they were having behind the scenes conversations in the midst of what they were sharing publicly, and they were considerate of each other and how they approached, say, can we share this? Can I share this?
Yeah.
How do you feel about this? As they're navigating this, I mean, they didn't really have a relationship before. Now they've got to restore something that wasn't even there.
Yeah.
And then now they've got a relationship to where they're just like, they want to do life together, which is what God intends.
Yeah.
But we make it so flesh and we make it so severed, which we'll get into that on the other unpopular opinions on the other side of this. So you always listen to
I mainly listen to well, also because of Charlie, but
it's good. That's a good.
Most of what I listen to, and it's not against the other stuff. Like I'll listen to it like if it's on wherever we go, but typically in my car, I'm just listening to worship.
Something that will encourage you. I don't always do that, but I'm a millennial. We have no clue about the lyrics we were singing growing up. We memorized all of these things and we thought like these songs were great. And now as an adult, when I sing them, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like my mom wouldn't let me watch Rosie O'Donnell, but she was letting me sing the song. Anyways, it's a wild time to grow up. But I will say I am not a current music fan. There are things that I listen to because they're there and they're, wherever you go, they're being played and it. But like I long for the days, and I've seen even like NSYNC going to the Backstreet Boys tour. I've seen all things, and I long for those days. There was something so wonderful about music back then, and there was something so original. Recently, I have been back down my Gavin DeGraw road. because One Tree Hill was a big thing for my
Yeah.
upbringing. I know. And he wrote every song.
Yeah.
Those are all his. And he didn't care. And I love this. Sorry, but I'm going to like expand because I just watched this huge thing on him because I'm like, why does it just feel good to listen to his music? He didn't care what genre either any of his songs were. He said every song on my CD, on my album, whatever. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
On my CD, on my cassette tape. Every song is wildly different because I wanted it to be whatever it was supposed to be. And I love that because that is so unpopular. Everybody's got a genre. Everybody's trying to, I mean, even Beyonce thinks she's country. But what I loved is that he was just feeling it, writing it, and letting it just become. So I thought that was great. So I'm not a Swiftie. Do I know all the songs? Yes, because everybody clips every song onto everything that means anything. And yes, I know the PE coach is marrying the English teacher. Like we all know. On a side note to that, I did see something that I thought was really good. Sorry, I have to tell you. So because everybody was posting on this stuff, right? Everybody's so excited Taylor Swift is getting married and maybe she'll write songs that are real happy endings now versus the stuff that she wrote, but which good for her. She's very talented.
Yeah.
Sure. But I saw this one guy's take on it and he's a pastor. I don't know where he's a pastor out of, but I thought this was really good. He said, the fact that even in this culture, in this time, in this season of the world, that somebody is still longing for permanence. He said, no matter where they are at in their faith walk, or if they have a faith walk, it showcases eternity and our spirit's cry for eternity with Christ. And I thought, wow, that's a really good perspective because I look at them and I'm like, yeah, okay, nobody cares. But then also somebody cares, and somebody who maybe thought, marriage isn't for them, or they'll never get married, or they'll never do these things because they're, that's lost on society now.
Yeah.
Watching these very big icons commit to that does showcase that on a different level. So I thought, yeah, okay, I could see that. So that was a little blurb about Taylor Swift, even though I'm not a Swiftie. I guess I sound like one, but I'm not. But she is talented. I mean, there's a lot of talent out there. So, okay, unpopular opinions. We wanted to walk through some, I guess, more secular versus Christian opinions. So we're going to dive into these. And again, this is meant to be light, and we'll probably add some more stuff in the captions and in the comments and stuff like that. But you want to kick us off?
Yeah. So for our first one, it comes into play with faith and identity. The world says, love yourself, but Christianity and following Christ says your identity is given by God, not created by yourself. And then the self-love culture says, believe in yourself. And then we go into the Christian side of it where God's asking us to deny ourselves daily.
Yeah. Well, how often do we hear that now? The you do you, boo? I don't know. Do people still say boo?
I have.
Okay, I feel better about that than myself. Sorry. I felt a little aged there because I don't know if people still say it like.
It's probably like bruh or whatever the new.
Our kids say that.
Yeah, mine does too.
Yeah. All right. So it's like the you do you. Everybody says that because it's whatever you do you, whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel happy, you do that. And Christ is literally telling us the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're supposed to deny yourself and take up your cross and follow me and die to yourself daily.
Yeah. And that's not what we're practicing in society today. It's what can I do to better myself? What can I do to make sure that Ashley's happy? And there is a sense of caring for yourself, but if you're going to the world for the opinions of how you should care for yourself instead of hearing from Christ on what you should do, and this kind of all ties into every topic we're going to discuss about unpopular opinions, but when I'm looking to Christ for who I am, I hear that I'm a daughter. I hear that I'm chosen. I hear that I'm worthy. I hear that I'm loved. If I go to the world, it's, well, you're not wanted here, or you believe crazy, or it's all the negative.
Yeah, you don't belong. You're not a part of. You're not valued. You don't add to. What are you bringing to the table? All those things.
And unless you're falling into an identity that fits their agenda.
Yeah.
And I don't want that for myself, for my friends, for my kid, my husband. Like, I want to be so loved by Christ and so involved and consumed with him that everything else is just kind of a reflection of that time with him. And my dad was even talking about on Sunday, just the shadow that we cast. If we're following Christ, the shadow that we cast should lead others to him.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my take
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
I-
And number one, you do you, boo, deny yourself. We're going to go with deny yourself. All right. So the second one, success and hustle culture. The world's trend is hustle harder, you prove your worth, you hustle to get to the next space, you're climbing the ladder, you're pushing whoever it takes down, you're climbing on top of whatever to get to the space that you want to be in, promote yourself,
Yeah.
still in line with that you do you. And then Christ says rest is obedience and success is measured by faithfulness, not followers or dollars. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Faithfulness, not followers.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if we look at society today, and I know my reels and my TikTok like algorithm is, and I don't know how I even like got on it, but it's all like use this trending sound and you can gain 3,000 followers in one day. And I'm like, I'm just trying to see what everybody else is.
Yeah.
Like the funny thing, like give me back to the funny videos. Like I don't need a trending sound to add to me.
Mm,
Like I get that, and it's probably because of the things that I do for our socials. But at the same time, like the world is so consumed with who's following who,
yeah.
how many followers. And if we've said anything over this summer and like the end of summer is finding rest
Yeah.
and finding peace with Christ is more is such a good place to be in because
Yeah.
you're not worried about how many followers you have.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I shared on my stories last week about the devotion that I'm writing. And no, I mean, it's got
That's so good.
50 something likes. And I could sit here and be consumed with, well, this has only reached 50 people. Or I could look at it and say, this has reached 50 people. And these 50 people could share it with another 50 people.
Right.
And so we can't get consumed with the culture that says, again, hustle hard
Right.
and hurt those that are closest to you because you're trying to get to
Right,
that
to the next
level.
level.
That's not what we do. And especially as Christians, and it goes back to kind of what we were talking about with Corey and Frank, like Forrest Frank.
I like that we know them on first name basis.
Yes, Corey and Forrest.
Right, Forrest.
It's trying to do things to be together, and we'll
Yeah.
get to that point in a minute.
Yeah.
But again, it's finding rest and not worrying. I just went to like a put your shades on to block out the haters. Like you got to do that
Such a mom
sometimes.
joke moment.
It is, but you have to
You do.
do that sometimes
do.
with society, because if you are following like their agenda and what they're pushing,
Yeah.
that you have to have
Yes.
this to be successful. Like usually with Christ, it's usually the opposite. So it's like work hard, do all this, blah blah blah, and then you'll find success and you'll find happiness. And Christ is just saying, no, just rest in me and be
Yes.
obedient and follow where I lead you.
Yes. So I've been personally navigating this.
Yes.
But I think we all are on in different seasons where we feel like we're not being good stewards if we're not hustling, because the world has made hustle culture so prevalent. So everywhere we're going, everything we're doing, we feel like if we aren't hustling, that makes us lazy.
Yeah.
Like I remember we had that talk where you were like, I took a nap or something. It was something like really silly. Like when I say silly, not silly that you took a
No.
nap, but silly that you felt like in your mind even you had to defend the fact that you needed the rest. And we all do that. Like last week when I was sick, I slept for 4 hours one morning. It was insane. It was but I was sick and my body was like done. And in my mind, all I could think about was all the things that I needed to get done. Even in my rest, I could not rest because we're so trained.
Well, and even when we've worked hard all day, no matter what that looks like,
Yeah.
if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a working
If you're a
mom,
student,
all those things. And then I know I find myself like I'll come in the afternoons after getting Charlie and I'll sit down on the couch or it'll be I've been doing something and then I'll sit down on the couch and then Caleb comes to the door and I'm like, I need to be doing something
Yeah.
like that. And it's not any pressure that he's put on
no,
me,
it's
but
it's our inside.
it's that inside. Well, he's going to think I've just been sitting here on the
Right.
couch doing nothing.
But we're the only ones that have that perspective.
Yes,
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
And talking about crazy, number 3, we're going to talk about peace and mental health. So culture says mindfulness, manifestation, positive vibes.
mm-hmm.
And Christ says
prayer. Scripture and the Holy Spirit bring lasting peace.
Lasting. That would be key, right?
Yes. And I've heard so much with this over especially the last week and a half, just trying to balance hormones and regulate blood sugar and all the things.
Yep.
And like being mindful of one, what I'm putting in my body, two, what I'm praying and saying over my body. Cause I could sit here and by the world standards, my body's broken. My body's not going to ever produce and do what it's supposed to do. But if you have the mindset of taking control of your peace and your mental health and giving that to God and saying, whatever this looks like, whatever this is, I know I can trust you and I have peace with you. And I can do these things daily to make sure that I'm in a headspace to do all of it.
Yeah.
So,
But also on the meditation and manifestation and positive vibes, like we have so many people in this world that are like, send good thoughts, send positive vibes. And we talked about this in our last sessions where we talked about yoga for a little bit. And I love me some yoga. Like some of that hot yoga is so fun. You just feel really good afterwards. But then its roots are such that eventually that root will show itself in those classes. So you have to be really aware as a Christian of where you're taking rest, because what you're surrounded by matters. And so like some of that can make you feel very receptive to it without even being aware. You can be without your guard unaware. And so we were talking about the yoga where they're handing you cards of affirmations and making you feel good, all of these things, which are good things. They're good things to say. They're good things to claim. But there's nothing in me that can make that happen.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're effectively saying like, I am God in this scenario. So if I say this, it will be. And what his word tells us is if we claim for him the things that he has for us, it will be.
Yeah.
Like it's two very different thoughts. It's me with God and me solo. And me with God is always going to be the thing that conquers, that delivers, that bridges the peace. Me solo is going to give me momentary experiences and feelings that are not lasting. So I love that it said that in this, the Christianity of prayer, scripture, and the Holy Spirit bring lasting peace.
And that's too, like when we try to do it on our own or it's always short term.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
It's moments.
Yeah. It never lasts. Like
Never
we've been
satisfied,
saying.
never
It doesn't
fulfills.
satisfy, it doesn't fulfill. It just leaves us feeling empty. We get that kind of
Yeah.
little fill
Fuzzy,
up and tingle feeling,
happy,
whatever,
yeah.
and then it's
Hey,
gone.
vibing.
I've never been like a good vibes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Because again, it's like that means I'm sending something out there. I personally can't send anything out there like that.
Yeah.
Anything that accomplishes is going to be through Christ.
Yes.
Christ through us.
Yes.
All right. So last one, community and belonging. This is such a new trend, which it's wild because growing up, we always wanted you wanted your circles to be big. I just remember that being a thing. And some people would say, oh, quality over quantity. And that sounds great, but that's the very unpopular opinion, honestly, because popularity says the opposite. But the community and belonging, the secular trend of now, which it's so sad to watch and see, but even like this Forrest and Corey thing, cut off anyone who doesn't serve you, doesn't serve your purpose, doesn't benefit your trends, doesn't benefit your status, whatever, it doesn't benefit your role. Cut them off because your energy doesn't need to be spent there. And then Christ says
we're called to forgive, to bear with one another and love our enemies. And that's really hard.
It's painful,
but
actually.
It's possible. And I've walked through it. Megan's walked through it. It's not something that alone, it is hard. It is difficult and we can't get through it. But with Christ, with him walking through it, because he had to do all of these things. He had to forgive. He bared with one another and he loved her. And he sat with Judas at the table. And because he loved Judas so much, I think you shared this with me in some.
Did I just send it to you?
I think you sent it to me.
Okay, I gotta go find it.
It was that Jesus loved Judas enough, and he loved him so well that no one else knew that it was Judas betraying him. That's the type of love.
Well, and people always say Judas ate too, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very comfortable with that phrase. I'm like, yeah, God is so good. But that one where it's no one else knew, they're all looking around like, who could it be? God, it's not me, is it? They didn't know. That's how good his love is.
Yeah. And that's how we have to live and practice and do all the
This
things.
is why I send you things, because you'll remember them. And I didn't remember what it was exactly, but I knew I sent you something. And I was like,
Yeah.
what did I send? But thank you. So,
Yeah. So for that, we're definitely, obviously, we are very much with community and belonging and making sure that everyone walks through life not feeling alone and knowing that you always have someone. And that's the whole reason that we started this podcast,
Yeah.
is because we wanted, and we've had so much feedback over the last several weeks from people sending us DMs and leaving reviews of feeling like they're a part, even if they're just listening or watching, that they're a part of something. Like, it's a chat with two best friends, and like you are, every time we sit here and we share this, we want you to feel just as much involved in this. And that's why we value your opinions and your feedback, because it's not just for us, it's for you as well.
Yeah.
And so there's never a moment that we want somebody to feel like they don't belong.
No.
And I mean, that's why we do the sessions and why we try to have opportunities for people to come together and to have community. And the world too says that if somebody does me dirty, cut them off, isolate. And then that's where we find those that are just alone and miserable and bitter because they see what they want and that everybody else has, but they're not willing to put in because they've been hurt.
And and that whole you do you, cut off what doesn't serve you, all of that very internally like self-focus is so distracting, because God wants to grow us. He wants to show us things. He wants to develop these relationships. He wants to develop things in us through those relationships. And if we just cut it off and it does whatever doesn't serve me, whatever doesn't make me feel good, whatever makes me uncomfortable, there's no growth there. There's just stagnant. And then there's that leads to that again, that unfulfillment, that dissatisfaction, that need for whatever that new moment is going to be, whatever I can do to send my good vibe to get whatever I need back for me. And it's just not what God calls us to do. It's so like sad on the other end, but we get so deceived in the beginning and the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. Those were good.
Yeah. But unpopular opinions made popular here.
Yeah, and share some of yours on social media. What is something that you're as an unpopular opinion for you?
Yeah.
Because we want to know.
Yeah, we might put a little question box maybe on our socials. Like, give us your most unpopular opinions, and then like let's.
Obviously, they come in through. We would share them anonymously because they don't show anything. But we would love to hear some of your. Do you like pumpkin spice lattes? You
do, but try the pecan one for real. Whole milk,
pecan crunch,
whole milk
with whole milk instead of oat milk.
It is the way this fall. Anyways, thanks for following and for continuing to do life with us.
Yeah. Thanks.
Bye. Hey, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. We love getting to spend time with you, and we hope you love spending time with us.
Yes, and if you enjoyed it, we want you to go to Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen, and please give us a like, a thumbs up, a rating, because this helps get it out to more people so that more people can hear about Jesus and how amazing he is. It's not anything for us. It's just so people know his goodness.
Yeah, it helps us to be able to do more, to reach more. So hit those stars, hit those likes, leave a review. Tell us what you enjoyed. Tell us what you want more of. We want to hear from you. And as always, thanks for joining us this week, and we'll see you next week.